Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Chris Mazzarella and you're watching No Reserve Classic. And before we get started guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button because you never know, your dream car could be in the next video. And here she is guys, that beautiful 1967 Pontiac Firebird 461 Restomod. Now she's got that beautiful 3-stage pearl red paint on it, a 590 horsepower built Pontiac 461 motor in there, an awesome 3-speed automatic transmission with overdrive and trans brake, 12-inch Willwood 4-piston brakes, QA1 dual adjustable coilovers on there, Calvert Caltrax traction bars on there, leaf springs, adjustable rear shocks, 3-inch stainless steel exhaust, and you can't forget that Ford 9-inch rear with those Eaton lockers. So stay tuned guys, because we're gonna dig into this bad boy right here. And if you guys have any questions about this vehicle or any of our other vehicles, feel free to give me a call, Chris, at 1-800-562-7815, and we'll be sure to answer any questions you guys have. And I know you guys can't be with me here on this beautiful turntable, but if you visit us at No Reserve Classics, you'll be able to take this vehicle as well as all of our other vehicles on a virtual 360-degree tour. That's right, we'll put this baby right on the pedestal and spin it around 360 degrees. And after you're done looking at the beautiful exterior of this vehicle, hop over to the inside where you can get another 360-degree tour. All right guys, let's hear this bad boy start. Oh yes, I can't wait to take this baby on the road. Hop in guys, let's go for a ride. All right guys, so here we are. I can already tell this is gonna be a fun and exciting ride. Man, I started up this car and it was like I got that rumble coming through my body. And as soon as I hit that gas pedal, man, my eyes just lit up. This car is great. Now, as we're driving down, got my hands off the steering wheel, just how nice and easy this steering is. Got that power steering in there, assisting with that. So any type of parking or anywhere you bring this car to a car show, car meet, or just hanging out, you don't have to worry about the power steering. Another thing with the power steering is we have brakes. We have those awesome Willwood brakes up front. That's gonna help us assist with all this power. Now going forward, it looks pretty stock in here. We got our nice little automatic 3-speed slap shifter here with the overdrive transmission. That's gonna help us out getting to any of those car meets. Right above that, we have our water, our oil, and our voltage gauge. Everything's functioning correctly. It's got those really nostalgic orange arrows that will be able to help out our eyes out a little bit better at night, showing exactly our temperature, making sure we're cool enough to hit the drag strip or just enjoy the ride. Now right ahead we have that massive tachometer, which is really cool because you can just set it to what RPM you want it, so that way if you're gonna do a launch, you can match it up every time and just hit the drag strip. But other than that, it's pretty factory. We have our wiper knobs at work, we have our light switch that's functioning, and a really cool thing about that is the radio. It looks factory, but it's not. Actually has a Rockford sound system in here. So even though you're gonna cruise and enjoy the exhaust sound, that thing just takes off, I love it. Even though you hear that exhaust sound, every once in a while you wanna hear your tune, so you have that Bluetooth module there. You just take your phone, hide it right here in the center console, and enjoy the ride. Because that's what we're gonna be doing. We're driving this car, have our family and our friends with us, just enjoying this car. Now, with that automatic transmission, we just pop it down. Now we're in first gear. We hear that? Got it in second. Just push it forward. Now we're in third gear. Easy, easy, no clutch. You don't have to worry about it. So anybody can drive this car. If you've never driven a stick vehicle, all you need to do is just watch those RPMs. And once you hear that motor pull up, and like I said, this car has a ton of power. It's so much fun. So if you just wanted to cruise, you just simply pull it back, put it right in third gear, and you'll be able to just cruise and enjoy the ride. But if you see somebody next to you, just take your hand, push it back, downshift, give it a little bit of gas, go up. Now you're right in third gear, ready to rock and roll. Now, even just driving this vehicle with these huge drag tires on the rear and those skinny tires up front, it's actually not a bad ride. I mean, we're going over some pretty decent sized bumps and the ride is not that bad. I mean, if we had some street tires on here, we could just drive this down the highway and enjoy it. And then if we wanted to on the weekends, put these babies back on and hit the drag strip. It's like you're having two vehicles. It's just like you're having a race car and an everyday street beast. I mean, this thing has a ton of power. Every time you hit that gas, it just keeps throwing your head back. I don't know if I'm getting a soft spot for these Firebirds or what, but the last one was nice. But this baby has got a lot more power. It's got that beautiful red paint. And you just, every chance you get, you just want to keep hitting that gas pedal. This thing is so much fun to drive. Whew. All right, guys, and thank you for sticking with me through this video. But before we get back to the barn, let's check out what this baby can really do. Let's drop it down into first gear, press and hold this trans brake, give it some RPMs, and let's let these tires rip it up. So let's dig into this bad boy a little bit. Now check this bad boy out. That beautiful three-stage red pearl paint definitely shines in the sun, as well as our showroom here. And you can't forget how beautiful the body lines are on this vehicle. Now this vehicle is over 50 years old. Now imagine waking up one day and looking this good. It'd be amazing. Now starting off with that reflectiveness of the paint, it's also transpired through the chrome, the front bumper, the rear bumper, even the side view mirrors. That sun has been gleaming on this car for 50 years and she looks absolutely gorgeous. And right up front, you have those four really nice headlights on there. Now they are brand new, and one really cool modern function about that is the LED lighting that we've implemented into this vehicle. That's right, as soon as you pop those headlights switch right on, it's gonna illuminate the night. And as soon as you want a little bit more lighting, hit that foot switch, got those high beams on there, four-way LEDs. All four headlights are LEDs. And really strapping nicely underneath there, got my pun in there, right? Strapping, is that awesome chin strap spoiler on the bottom, keeping you down planted on the ground, while as well deflecting any debris that's coming towards the way while you're going fast down the highway. Now, as we move down the side of this vehicle, you're gonna notice the stance. You got these little tiny skinny tires in the front, and you got those big fat Mickey Thompson GT Street R tires in the rear. And just because she's mean, guys, doesn't mean you can't put some awesome radial tires on this bad boy and drive it down the highway. That's right. Take this baby during the week, Monday through Friday, every day, put some radial tires on here and enjoy the highway cruises. When that Friday or Saturday night comes along, put these drag radials in the trunk, go down to the drag strip, lay down some fat lines down the track, enjoy some really cool passes. After you're done, put the radial tires back on and drive the vehicle home. And with all that power, you gotta remember about stopping. Up front, we have those really nice 12-inch Willwood 4-piston brakes. Now they are drilled and slotted, so that way after you build up some extreme heat, that air is gonna come right through that rim, right through those brakes and cool those puppies down. And you can't forget, we also have disc brakes in the rear. A lot of people forget about them and they just throw the Willwoods up front or the bare disc brakes up front and forget about the rear. The rears have been changed. There's no more drum brakes in the rear. Well, let's face it, guys, it's 2021. You want your car to stop. All right, guys, now that we've seen the beauty, let's check out the beast. Now, originally, a 428 cubic inch motor bored out to the 461 cubic inch motor we see today. 590 foot-pounds of torque, a ton of power. And I'll tell you what, guys, she barely even fits in here. It's amazing. Now, although with all that power, let's talk about the coolest thing about this car. Boom, boom, another pun. The radiator. We got this beautiful oversized radiator with this really nice fan, with that fan shroud providing all that awesome cold air, keeping all that high horsepower down. As we move forward into the motor a little bit, you're gonna notice a really cool thing are those billet polished pulleys. Now, all 4 of these pulleys are polished and billet, giving it just enough elegancy that when you do go to a car show after a drag night out or just a cruise, you can pop the hood and show off what you got. Now that we've moved from front to back, let's move from top to bottom. Now, there is a ton of money that was put into this motor that was built by Macbeth's. Over $10,000 were just put into this motor alone. Now you're gonna see that awesome FST carburetor, 850 CFMs. Underneath that beautiful Edelbrock Performer intake manifold with that beautiful Edelbrock aluminum heads. Now coming off this bad boy, you're gonna notice those Doug's ceramic headers. Now that's gonna go all the way through that 3-inch pipes exhaust, giving you that beautiful tone. Now that we've seen a really cool feature over here, let's talk about another cool feature. Power steering. That's right, we know sometimes you go to a meet or a car show, or even just pulling up to your house. If you had a vehicle that had manual steering, it's gonna be very tough. You're gonna be fighting that steering wheel. As soon as you start this bad boy, one finger's turning. That's it. Simply just turn the steering wheel just like you would in your beautiful brand new vehicle today. Now with all that horsepower, guys, transferring it to the back wheels, how do we get it there? That Freddie Brown Ford 3-speed race-ready automatic transmission with overdrive and trans brake. That's right. If you wanted to go to the drag strip, you simply press that button while in drive, mash on the gas, and as soon as you release it, those back tires are gonna spin, and bam, you're gonna take off. But if you wanted to take the vehicle out on a weekend cruise, cruising down the highway, it's a beautiful, beautiful experience that you get with the automatic transmission. Simply just put it into drive and enjoy the comfort of having radial tires on there and going wherever your heart pleases. So no matter if you guys are looking for a drag vehicle or just simply enjoying cruising down your family, this vehicle is the best of both worlds. All right, guys, let's check out the interior of this bad boy. Now, as you open the door, you're gonna notice that black vinyl interior going throughout the vehicle. The door panels are really nice conditions. The seats feel just as they would in 1967. Got that beautiful comfort stitch in there. Even the center console, beautiful, elegant dash coming through the top over here, the center dash. Even the headliner is just in really, really nice condition. So even though she looks factory all the way throughout, definitely have a few hidden features in this car that I'm really proud about and I really, really like. Now, as we're looking forward, you have those beautiful autometer gauges. Now, as we look a little bit deeper, you're gonna notice a little few more autometer gauges. We have our oil, our water, and even our voltage all displayed right in our face. Now, one thing that we don't see is the radio. And what do I mean by that? Bluetooth radio. It has a Rockford sound system here with those beautiful Rockford kick panel speakers that you control right through your phone. Once you get into this vehicle, simply connect to Rockford Fosgate Bluetooth and enjoy your tunes. Listen, I know the car sounds and looks beautiful, but sometimes we just want to cruise down the road and enjoy our tunes. And you're able to do that right from your cell phone. So even though the vehicle is over 50 years old, you still have that really, really cool feature of the Bluetooth. Now, even though you can control the Bluetooth with your cell phone, if you look here right on the steering wheel, you're gonna have your steering wheel controls. Now, it's 1967 and we're in 2021. So it still has that original steering wheel, so it doesn't have the buttons built into the steering wheel, but you have this nice removable controller. So if you didn't want it, you can simply unvelcro it and take it, put it in the center console, put it in the glove box and forget about it. But if you did want to, simply just turn up the volume right from the steering wheel. And while we're talking about the steering wheel, one really cool feature about these, the horn. Now going back to that center console, you're gonna notice that B&M shifter, the automatic 3-speed with overdrive on there. You're gonna notice the little side button on there. What is that? That's your trans brake. So when you put this vehicle into reverse, you're gonna push that button and it's gonna transfer the vehicle backwards. Now when you put it into gear, if you hold that button and give the engine a higher RPM, the wheels will not spin, it's holding the transmission. As soon as you release those, bam, you're off to the track and off to the races. So even though she looks factory on the interior, you got some beautiful, cool new amenities that'll guide you along the road ahead. Now, as we move forward to the underbody of this vehicle, that's right, guys. A lot of people forget and they don't insert these into any of their vehicles or their listings or their postings. But one most important thing to do is how the exterior looks. But you gotta make sure the underbody looks just as nice. If you wanted to go to a car show, you wanna throw some mirrors on there, or even if you bring it to your local mechanic, once you put that baby up on the lift, you're gonna notice just how solid this vehicle is underneath. It's been painted that beautiful satin black, and the only thing you really see is the stainless steel brake lines going from front to rear and that beautiful pipes exhaust. It sounds great. Now, the reason why she looks so good is because of the suspension that's on this vehicle, and that's one of the things you're gonna notice underneath. In the front, it's got that beautiful 2-inch Ride Tech drop spindles. That's right, they haven't been cut or anything or altered, they've been replaced. So instead of chopping up a coil and lowering the vehicle, this was done the proper way. QA1 dual adjustable shock coilovers. Now, not only are you allowed to raise the height of the vehicle with a coilover system, but with the dual coils, the dual shock system that's set up in there, you're gonna have 2 levels of adjustment. You're gonna be able to turn that ride from super, super soft to super, super tight. So after you've removed your radials, you can turn that bad boy super tough, and that way you get a stiff ride going down the track, and when you're done, simply put that baby back to soft and enjoy the ride home. Now in the rear, it's also been lowered. It has that split leaf spring, so instead of a mono leaf spring that you would normally see in some of the vehicles, it's actually got a split leaf spring. So if you look at the vehicle from the side underneath, you're gonna notice one leaf spring's a little bit higher and one leaf spring's just a little bit lower. Now bringing that full rear end together is gonna be that Caltrax traction bar in the rear. Now when you do the massive burnouts on this vehicle, or you're simply just taking off at a light, you don't want that rear end to twist. Now normally if you didn't have that, the rear end would just move slightly, it would change the pitch and the angle of the drive shaft and could cause vibrations or just a hop, as you would call it. So did you ever see a vehicle that's burning out and it starts to jump at the line? You're gonna definitely not feel that with this vehicle because it's solidly placed from the rear frame down to the rear axle. And where is it leading to? That beautiful Ford 9-inch rear. And what's holding that all together, those Eaton lockers. That's right, guys. As soon as you mash on that gas, both wheels are gonna spin, taking you to the next century. And there you guys and girls have it. This massive beast behind me, this 1967 Pontiac Firebird 461 Restomod. Now guys, remember, 590 foot-pounds of torque on that 461 cubic inch motor, that awesome race-ready or street-ready 3-speed automatic transmission with overdrive and that awesome trans brake. Stopping all this bad boy, those 12-inch Woolwood 4-piston brakes, the QA1 dual adjustable shocks up front, the Caltrax culvert traction bars in the rear, that awesome 3-inch stainless steel exhaust, and that beautiful Ford 9-inch rear with those Eaton lockers. Guys, don't miss out on this one. And guys, I'm Chris Mazzarella, and you've been watching No Reserve Classics. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to give me a call, Chris, at 1-800-562-7815. And if you guys haven't done it already, make sure you hit that subscribe button because you never know. Your dream ride could be in the next video.